People keep asking me what I do when I go hide in the woods all day, so I figured I would take you along today. It's probably not going to be very exciting, but that's all right. Let's go. All right, so where I'm going today is a weird little park that I discovered a few weeks ago, which I think is actually going to be an excellent stealth camping location, but that is not what I'm doing today. It is right around the solstice, so there's not a whole lot of daylight, and I personally am not a huge fan of going to bed at 5 o'clock. But we'll see, maybe in the spring. But I figured today, it's a weekend, it's a beautiful day, a lot of people are off for the holiday. So I figured it'll probably be about peak busy, and I kind of want to see what that looks like there. So we'll go check it out. As predicted, this place is swamped. All 3 of the parking spots were full, so we might even see another person here. Guess we'll find out. Look at this place. It's like a stealth camping paradise. It's on the lake. It's not a great lake. It smells a lot like old fish, but you know, that will probably keep people away. So I think that benefits me, honestly. Just beautiful. It did just occur to me how suspicious it probably looks that I have a giant backpack on, even though I'm not camping here. If I were actually trying to stealth camp, I probably would have brought my nice DSLR camera, because then I think people could reasonably assume that camera equipment was in the bag. Note to self. Nature. Alright, so here I think is where I'm going off the trail, if I am remembering the correct spot. Guess we'll find out. I'm doing this on a cell phone. I don't own any kind of Steadicam, so I'm sorry about this. But like, I don't know, if any of you want to get me a GoPro for Christmas, I'm not going to complain. Not to fall and kill myself in the trash pile. It's a very soft tree. I just fell through a tree. That was fun. So here we are. Pretty cool, right? We're close. Here's this cool little dock. And then I don't think you can see it from here. But out in the woods, there is a very old picnic table that at one point got washed up onto the beach. And I'm pretty excited about that. Oof. Oh, hell yeah, look at this bad boy. So, my plan, come the warmer weather, is to do a stealth camp over here. Beautiful scenery, far back enough from the water that's not really a risk. Lots of flat ground if I want to go the tent route. Enough trees if I want to go the hammock route. So, yeah. Here's my little home for the next 2 hours or so while I hang out. Clearly not the only one who's hung out here, but, you know, we'll make it work. Normally I go camping if I try to like clean little bits of things up, but there would just be no point here. It's endless. Because people are kind of shit, and we litter and we make messes. It's really quite a shame, but it's still beautiful. You just gotta look back past a little bit of garbage. Oh shit, there's some green. It's a Christmas miracle. I wasn't coming out here to forage on December 24th, and yet somehow I found an edible. These are actually some kind of wild chive or garlic, which works, because if I can get any kind of small, not too noticeable fire going, I was going to do some cooking. And actually, those are probably quite delicious. If you like onions, which I don't. Look at this little guy. Neat. Would not be safe to eat, even if it were alive because of this water, but still definitely neat. Look at the size of this bugger. Even this time of year, there are still very fun things to be found. I love driftwood. I think it's very cool. I like things like this. I am slightly traumatized about situations like this because I did once find a body in a situation like this. Not ideal. So now whenever I'm in a place like this, I feel compelled to look very thoroughly through everything to make sure I'm not going to accidentally stumble upon any bodies unexpectedly. I think we're good here. I'm through most of the walkable portion of the beach. So I feel fairly confident I'm not going to stumble on anything I don't particularly want to see. We'll find out though, I guess. What the frick is that? Do you see this thing? I don't really know anything about anything. Some kind of winch or something. I don't know, but it's very cool and I'm very into it. Where are you, buddy? I'm sure this is like common sense and anyone else would know what this is, but I don't, and it's fascinating. I'm gonna find out when I'm home with the phone charger, but I just wanted you to see it. It's very cool. Has a lot of rope. Just neat. Very neat. So you remember like 10 seconds ago when I was talking about dead bodies? Don't worry, I didn't find one. But this is the kind of shit that gives me anxiety very badly when it comes to that. What is going on there? That's like a 40-gallon drum with a giant garbage bag put over it. So this is fun. I should probably just go look at it to make sure it's nothing, because then I won't worry about it. If I don't look at it, I'll worry about it forever. I mean, it's certainly nothing. It's always nothing. Except for that one time it wasn't. Yeah. Like, that's weird, right? That's weird, right? So I think my anxiety is probably too bad to go look at that. But I feel like it should be looked at, so I'll probably drag my partner back here with me later and make him look at it. That seems like the good solution, right? All right. We're not alone. So, for as far as what I do out in the woods, this is pretty much it. I look at weird forest trash, listen to birds. Sometimes I cook lunch. I brought things to make today, but I probably won't because everything is very wet and I'm not going to be able to make a really small fire without making quite a bit of smoke. I'm sure some people could, but I'm not very skilled. And smoke is kind of a dead giveaway that you're being dumb in places you shouldn't. So now what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to read this book that I brought for, I don't know, 45 minutes. Then I'm gonna go check and see if the other person on the beach has left. And then if so, I'll probably look around and see if I can find enough dry wood that I can make a little tiny fire and have a little tiny lunch. Without any tea, of course, since I forgot water. Yeah. So, these little guys, if you actually do camping or hiking, this is not interesting. But if you're like my mom, it probably is. These little guys are awesome. They are closed cell foam mats. They are very lightweight, very packable, and very comfortable. So if you're like me and your butt gets cold, you can sit on one of these and you will be insulated from that cold. And it makes sitting out in the woods on cold days just that much nicer. I am very runny. My nose is quite red. It will be like this until I get home. I have no cold tolerance. I wish I did. I'd have a lot more options this time of year if I did. That's all right. So I think that picnic table is a little bit too close to the walking trail, because I can see a hot pink vest or coat walking by. So I'm gonna move a little bit deeper into these woods here and then check Google Satellite to see how far I am from any trails. I think little things like this are very cool. Look at this giant hollow tree. What's going on in there? I find those things fascinating. There's a whole ass fish in this log. That's fascinating. I assume some animal drove it back here. Maybe a fox. It's pretty cool. Check out these cute little holes. I'm assuming woodpecker related. Not really a naturalist, don't know for sure. But it's still cool. All right, this barrel is haunting me. So I'm going to try my best to be a goddamn adult and just go investigate the fucking barrel. It's almost certainly nothing. I don't know why there's a bag on top, but probably just some silly person who's having fun with it in the water trying to make it float and then got away from them and it washed up here. That would make the most sense. So I'm just gonna go poke it with something until my curiosity is satisfied. Very lightweight. I am satisfied with that. That is enough for me. It feels empty. There's definitely not a body in there. That's fine. That's good. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Woof. That's a little isopod, a terrestrial arthropod, closely related to crustaceans. Look how cute he is. Even on Christmas Eve, there's still some fun nature to find. All right, it's Sunday, a little dusky. I'm very cold. So I'm gonna hike back to the car now. And if I'm very lucky and they're open today on Christmas Eve, I'm going to go get some enchiladas, which is how I end a lot of my adventures. So it's a nice day though. And here we are, emerging from the woods, not suspicious in the least. Perfect. Check out this terrifying bush. I think it's some kind of locust. I don't know. I don't really know plants that well. But it is terrifying and I love it. Like, look at these things. You could murder somebody with that. If watching camping and bushcraft videos on YouTube has taught me anything, it's that you need a lot of random footage of scenic things for aesthetics. Look at this cool boat. I want to hang out in there. I don't want to be on the water because I'm kind of afraid of water and boats. But it looks so cool. Once, like 14 years ago, I was walking by a puddle like this and there was a newt. And it was pretty much the best day of my life. So now I look at every single puddle I pass forever for the rest of my life, just in case. Brains are funny like that. It's Christmas Eve. In Ohio, there's probably not any newts. I really should have brought a tripod or something. It would have made a lot more sense. I never have any idea what to do when people walk by me. And I just like nod at them. I look away. This time I said hi, but I said it as awkwardly as possible. Well, that was a good way to kill 3 hours. Back at my Yaris now. I was gonna go get some enchiladas, but it's Christmas Eve. I'm not entirely sure the Mexican restaurant I go to would be open. And I finished up sooner than I intended, so my partner is not yet available to meet me for enchiladas, so I guess I'll go home. But I might go drive by the restaurant just to see if they're open. And if they are, maybe I will just go, I don't know, meander around until my partner is free. This isn't so much related to the camping / hiking adventure, but you know, I just wanted you to have the complete picture about what I do, I guess. All right, let's go figure this out. Oh, hell yeah, they're open.